Hi everyone, it's Danielle here from Filler Space to share another design team project for the Graphics Very premium website. Before I start, I just wanted to let you know I will be changing my brand name soon. Those of you who follow me on Instagram may have already noticed I have changed my name to Evelyn and Sage, but I will be posting an official update or announcement when my branding is ready. I just didn't want anyone getting confused if you can't find me over on Instagram. It's because my name's different at the moment. I also just wanted to say a huge thank you to everybody who takes the time to leave me a comment or like my videos here on YouTube. I want to acknowledge that I'm not great at keeping up responses, as you may have noticed, but I do see everything and I'm super grateful for everyone who supports me here on YouTube. You will put a smile on my face when you leave me a comment, but I'm just not fantastic at keeping up with the social media aspect and responding. So let's dig into this journal. I've called this journal my nesting journal. My inspiration actually came from this larger nest here that I created, and I've just made a mini version to put on the front. And as design team members, we obviously have access to the premium website for the Graphics Fairy, and I just knew that they had an abundance of bird and nest themed content to support my idea. All I had to do is search birds, and I was spoilt for choice with their kits that they have on there. Before I open her up, let's just have a look at the lovely tassels that I've recycled from a cushion that I've had for a while. This journal is ring bound, as you can see, and there's a view at the back. So pretty simple front cover. I realised that this is quite a bulky piece to sit on the front, so what I've done is, because I just couldn't resist making this idea, I've actually made it a journal closure, so you will be able to remove it. So as you can see, this is completely removable, and I just think this is super pretty just by itself. And I didn't want to take too much away by making the cover quite complicated as well, because I think this really does all the work. There's just your miniature nest with some clay eggs inside, and that's just sitting inside, or it's framed with an altered tin lid. So on the front, I've just wrapped around a large doily. I have quite a few large doilies and I never quite know how to make use of them, but this was perfect just to wrap around the entire journal. So you can see that sits on the back as well. This is a music album cover, so this is an original piece, but I have just popped on a little Graphics Fairy image there, a little fussy cut bird. You'll note these nests throughout because they were some of my favourite imaging, and these are actually, I believe these are found on the free website, so just some snippets for you to make use of. This again is an original book page. I actually bought this not too long ago. This is a silk cigarette card, so you're all probably familiar with the card versions, but this is actually a silk piece. That just tucks in there. I've made at least 4 of these, 2 are bound into the journal and 2 are for journaling. And these I've just collaged on Photoshop, so you've got your frame, nest, postcard in the background and your bow. All these images are found on the premium website in various kits. So I just created a simple postcard from another Graphics Fairy image. I just thought that the colours married perfectly with the palette of this journal, and just an altered paper clip there with some vintage pieces. Now these are one of my favourite parts of the journal. I've called these tabs, there are 3 throughout, I've called them chapter tabs, and it's just these little cards that separate sections of the journal. And I just thought, because there are 3 different nest images, they're all quite similar but the colours are different, and I thought they represented 3 seasons. So you've got spring, you've got a summer version and an autumn version at the back. I just thought they were really cute, and just back that with, I think they're bookend or book plate images. This is just an original page from the Observer's book collection. So this is the Observer's Book of Birds, and just some original wallpaper and a mini journaling card from the Graphics Fairy image. So here's another one of those pieces I was talking about. There's 4 of them to bound in. This is one of the ones that are bound in, and I've just again pieced these images together on Photoshop. I just love this page as well. I've kind of glued and tacked the Sari silk down so it waterfalls down the page, so that doesn't come loose, that's stuck like that. I just thought that was really pretty. This is a glassine, well, a faux glassine bag. I've printed those 3 nests on some tracing paper and just made a little faux glassine bag out of that. And just got some original bird theme postcards. So this is, in the background, this is some original ledger with some really pretty blue writing. And I've just printed straight onto the page, so I used a graphics fairy image and just ran that straight through my printer. This is another portion of that album page on the front cover, and another album page there that's green. Here's the summer nest. And here I was meant to show you before I started opening up the journal, but we'll leave it to last now. This is a faux playing card that I created, again using the same principle as those specimen cards that I've used. But isn't that adorable? So the backs are plain to journal on, and I'll show you more of those in a minute. And this is a cigarette card, but this one, I've got a handful of these and I haven't used them in any of my journals yet because I've been hoarding them, but how precious is that? But obviously perfect for this journal. So we've got a deep pocket there. Another glassine bag, just made with that bookend that you saw on the back of the chapter page. Another observer's book page. Oh, and these cute little images, there's a few of them in there at various sizes, but I thought these were adorable. I think these are from the free website, but again the colour palette works really nice. Postcard that I've created on Photoshop again. They're really simple, it's really simple principle really. So just use an original postcard from the graphics fairy and those 2 eggs again that you saw earlier on, just in the corner, and I thought that's really simple but effective. How cute is this little charm? So again, this is made out of clay, and I've just inserted a little hook there just so I can use it as a charm. So adorable. So that just sits, that's removable of course, so if you find that it's a little bit bulky you can remove it. Some bird playing cards, these are original. Another deep pocket. This is a frame from the graphics fairy. I was originally going to use this on the front to sit the nest in the centre, but it wasn't quite working. They were competing with each other, the nest and the busyness of the frame, so I thought I'd include it as well because it's already all shabbied up for you to do something else with it. This is the autumn nest, I think, so we've had the spring, summer and autumn, and I've just mounted those onto some foam just to lift those up a little bit and give them a little bit more interest. There's some vintage lace with some birds, and this is another favourite piece of mine. So all I did again was, so you can see that this is, if I open this up properly, this is just some original ledger. I think it was maybe a study book, I think, not ledger. So there was a blank side which I've just printed these 4 birds on, and I've created almost like they're sitting in a little nest or amongst some foliage. I've just mounted the antique lace on top, and that is a pocket. But I didn't want to put anything in there at the moment because I didn't want to cover the birds up because I thought that was too pretty. And I'm really hoping you can see how cute this is on camera. But inside here, as you probably noticed now, I do love including these little glass jars as charms. I'm really hoping you'll be able to see this. If not, there is a photo, I believe, on my Graphics Fairy blog. If not, it will definitely be on my Instagram because it's too adorable. There is actually a little egg in there, like a little clay egg that I've created in, yeah, in its own little nest. So I just thought that was precious. That's removable too, so if you wanted to make use of that elsewhere, you could. Just another simple Graphics Fairy image. This folds completely out. There's lots of room in this journal, and what I love about this, the ring bound construction, is that you can remove, you can add pages, so for the end user it's really versatile. So if you find that it's getting too chunky, you can remove some pages. Likewise, if it's not chunky enough, you can add pages. All you've got to do if you want to add your own pages is pop a little hole punch in and add what you like in there. So that's a pocket that I've just done some texture paste on. This is another nest image that I've just popped on an envelope. These are actually printed on the back side of some wallpaper, so the plain side of wallpaper, so they've got like a really nice texture to them. Included a little bit of tapestry fabric in here. I just thought the colour really matched quite nicely. This would be really cute, cut up and used as tabs if you wanted. This here is a Graphics Fairy image. They've got loads of pretty textured pages and loads of different colours, which I always think would look really pretty printed on fabric and maybe embroidered into. So this is a frame page, another original card. So I know some people don't like magpies, so don't worry, that's, you can take it out if you like. But this is a book plate, and the egg imagery is the book plate, and I've just die cut the centre out, stitched a ruffle around the edge, and there you go, you've got your little frame there. Another deep pocket there, and this is a altered paper clip, but I just thought just a tinsy piece of that lace that you saw earlier was quite cute there. And another one of those images pieced together on Photoshop. I've left plenty of journaling space in this journal. This is another image of the Graphics Fairies that I've just printed straight onto music paper, which I think is really effective. When you're printing on book pages, you don't want to, ideally you don't want to print on anything that's too busy. So if the writing on the book page is really compact and small, the images tend to get lost. So you want to try and print on something that's either a large printed text or that's got quite a lot of negative space, because the image will shine through a little bit better then. I learnt that lesson the hard way, obviously, just with experimenting. This is another postcard. Another altered paper clip. Glassine bag, well, faux glassine bag. And these are printed on sticker paper, so these are some stamps cut out with the children's scissors with the decorative edge. So these are printable sheets that you can find on the Graphics Fairy Premium website. This is a smaller version of the stamps, so you've got two sizes available on the site. This is the smaller version, and the same with this one. This is an entire printable sheet as well. So part of the Forget Me Not kit, and I just thought all the colours matched lovely. And that's it for the journal. So this is it's really fun to make because I love making ring bound journals. I don't think I've only made 2 of them in the past, but it's been quite a while since I made one. And they're just really fun to play around with because you're not restricted to binding anything in. So if you did change your mind during the process, you can always move things around. So here, this little silk spool, which will be included in the journal as well. But this I wanted to show you before I got into the journal. But I've created a little stack of playing cards. And once I'd started making one image, I just couldn't stop really. So once I got into it. Now there aren't 50, how many playing cards are there usually? 52 I think. There aren't 52, although I could have quite easily made 52 because I was having quite a nice time making them. So this is the original, this is an original image from the Graphics Ferry. I think this is again on the free website, but a lot of the other imagery I've used is from the premium website. But this image, all I've done is I've taken the idea of this frame, and to make everything marry together, I've used this frame on many different pieces, so they're all cohesive. So this is the original piece, so to speak, and then I've just used the frame on top of loads of different images available on the Graphics Ferry. Just create these plain cards, and they're all the same size, they're all blank on the back, so you can do what you wish with them. I just thought these were really fun. So there is a loose spring theme throughout, but I didn't want to make it too obvious that it was a spring themed. And I've just popped them in this vintage money pouch from Lloyd's Pack. I just thought the colour was really nice. I actually only got this, I think last week or the week before, at my local vintage fair. I'll link all the kits used below, and obviously a link to the Graphics Ferry premium website. There will be a blog that goes along with this on the Graphics Ferry free website, so if you want to know a little bit more about my process, you can head over to there as well and have a look through that. But yeah guys, I hope you all have a wonderful week, and thank you so much for watching. Bye bye.